Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for joining us on this fabulous Thursday. And you know what we're talking about. We're talking about Black Ops 6 and the Season 3 update that most of it dropped early yesterday, Wednesday, April 2nd. And now today at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, we will have the drop of Verdansk. So we have got a lot to cover in this video. In the background, you're going to notice we've got some gameplay going on with some of the new maps, or new to us, new to just in this last little while. That is Firing Range, and we've got this Nomad, and we've got Barrage. And let me tell you something. Let's just start off with this. If you do not expect Call of Duty to have glitches and to have problems every time they do a major update, you have not been following Call of Duty for a long time. I mean, going back to like Modern Warfare 2 remastered, maybe Modern Warfare 3 remastered, if that's what we're calling it, whatever we're calling it. It seemed like every update there was some issue, some bigger than others. But I have just come to expect, don't take that day off of work. Don't plan too much to happen as far as content that day, unless you're planning on making a video on all the bugs and things that come out. And I understand, large update. Mine was almost 50 gigs. Things happen. I get that. But you just got to be prepared for it. So let's jump in. The maps. What do I think about? Firing Range looks great. I love it. Thought it was a great map when it came out in Black Ops 1. I've always loved it, enjoyed it. I think it may get added to the competitive pool, and I think that's a great idea, honestly. And that's just something to keep track of. The other maps, they're good, but they kind of have that Babylon small map, at least when I'm talking about Nomad here. This small map feel. It's got a couple different lanes to it, but pretty quickly you're up in each other's faces, which has been the trend of Call of Duty over the past few years. People love sliding, and they love shooting, and they love just constant action. We don't want to go back to the Ghost days with maps like Stonehaven where you don't see an enemy player for 5 minutes of the match. It's a beautiful map. I think all the maps are beautiful. The colors are great. I don't dive too much into that as far as that's just not how I am. But I look more, how does the map play? Does it have the potential to be a competitive map? And I don't think either of these do. Of the new maps, I think Firing Range has the potential to be a competitive map. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. But let's talk about skill-based matchmaking. This gameplay's not pretty, and that is because, wow. With there being no ranked play, everybody that's wanting to play with the new guns and play the new maps are in here, and yeah, feel like I'm getting farmed every time I come around a corner, which is just a fabulous feeling. Not. Started to lock in a little bit as I got into the groove of things, but it's definitely a different experience from the pubs that I was playing just a few days ago. So definitely, I'm sure the player count is up, and I'm sure people are having a lot of fun right now, waiting for rank and waiting for Verdansk to drop later today. But the topic of this video really is what Activision and Call of Duty did in this update, and that is something that I think has the potential to change, if not ruin, Call of Duty forever. And what is that? That is the cross-play option. So when Call of Duty first came out, I mean, I remember, Xbox played with their Xbox friends, PlayStation played with their PlayStation friends. That was just how it was, and PC was where they were. But, crossplay came around, and we were all excited. It expanded it. If your buddy was a PlayStation guy and you were on Xbox, you could play that way, and, the growth of Discord and all these other things, it changed gaming forever. And it made that, if a game had a bigger following on PC, that, if you were an Xbox person and that game was available to you, you could play that game and you could play with your friend on PC or on PlayStation. And it's a great thing. Well, Call of Duty has had a major hacker problem, and people running different exploits of the game, and it's been mainly on PC. And it seems that instead of fixing that major issue, they are making it to where you can just turn off PC players, and they have to play with themselves, but you don't play with them if you are on Xbox or on PlayStation unless you go in there and you turn it to where you want to play with him. So, what is the problem with this? The problem is, okay, in ranked matches, in competitive, I understand that. You don't want to play with someone that has the possibility to have an advantage over you. You spend maybe hours or days grinding a game. Got that. Understand where you're coming from. But in traditional pub matches or in traditional Warzone, where you're just dropping in and wanting to play, and you're someone, I've been a console player forever. I started out originally on a computer and then quickly moved to Xbox and PlayStation as I was, a young kid into my teenage years. And then now that I've gotten into streaming and content creation, I went to PC. Thought a dual PC setup worked. I love my PC. I love how things feel, even though this is one of the worst optimized games for PC that I have played on Call of Duty. I still feel like it's a great experience. But if I can't find lobbies quickly, or I can't find lobbies at all because everyone has that option, has crossplay turned off, then what is the point of having a $1,000, $1,500, $5,000 PC? It becomes useless. And so then you find out, oh, well, we have people that, they have PC and they have console, and, okay, I understand that, but that's not the way. Fix the hacker problem. And then give that option. And if people don't want to play with people on PC or don't want to play with people on console, then you can turn that off. I understand that. But the bottom line is, if you don't fix the hacker problem, then this is just a Band-Aid. And we all know you put a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound and you're still eventually going to bleed out or die of infection. And that's just the truth of the matter. And so I feel like this update and this option could run Call of Duty for thousands of players, probably the majority of the player base, which is on PC. Well, COD's moving to be a console game. Well, what about everybody that's on PC? If you're going to go that direction, then I think it should happen over time and not just be this brash decision. And they're not making this direction because they want COD to be a console game. They're making this direction because they can't keep up with all the hacks and all the hackers and all the exploits that people use on PC. So while those of us who no longer have consoles and have put all our eggs in one basket of being a PC gamer, which has, unlimited amount of games and free games and Steam and Battle.net and Game Pass for PC off of Xbox, we're now left in the cold. And so I'm really disappointed in this, and I really think it could be a major problem going forward for Call of Duty, and it's something to watch. Is this going to cause a major problem? Is this going to cause a lot of people to quit playing, or is everybody just going to go drop $300 or $400 and go buy a used console at their local GameStop and, switch over to console and quit using their PCs? So let me know down in the comments, what do you think? I mean, is this a good move by Call of Duty and Activision? Do you play on PC? Do you play on console? Do you play on both? And do you agree with me that I think this was a major L for them to put this option in instead of fixing the anti-cheat and fixing the hacker problem? But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the maps and the update overall. And we're going to have some Verdansk footage, and on Friday we're going to be streaming Verdansk, so be watching for that. Follow us over on the Twitch channel, and I will catch you next time. Thank you so much for joining us.